You've been looking for obvious flirting, the kind that's loud, playful, impossible to miss. But what if I told you the most powerful kind of flirting doesn't look like flirting at all? What if the woman you think is just being nice is actually testing you, reading you, slowly pulling you in without you even realizing it? Because older women don't chase attention, they control it. And once you understand how they flirt, you'll never misread their signals again. You see, younger women often flirt for validation. It's expressive, sometimes chaotic, sometimes obvious. But older women, their flirting is quieter, more intentional, almost strategic. It's not about impressing you, it's about observing you and deciding if you're even worth their energy. And the first sign, it's so subtle that most men completely miss it. She slows down around you, not physically in an obvious way, but energetically. Her tone softens, her pace becomes calmer, and suddenly, conversations with her feel different, more focused, more intimate, almost like time stretches just a little when you're talking. This isn't accidental. An older woman who's interested doesn't rush. She creates space, and then watches how you fill it. Do you get nervous? Do you try too hard? Or do you meet her calm with your own confidence? Because in that silence, in those slower moments, she's not just flirting. She's measuring you. And here's where it gets even more interesting. She'll start asking questions that don't feel like flirting at all. Not what do you do or where are you from, but questions that seem almost personal in a disarming way. The kind that make you pause before answering. It might feel like curiosity, but it's deeper than that. She's not trying to impress you. She's trying to understand your mindset, your emotional depth, your self-control. And the way you respond? That's what decides everything. But here's the part most men never realize. Sometimes, when an older woman is flirting the most, she actually starts pulling back, creating distance, acting just slightly unavailable. And if you don't understand why she does this, you might completely misread her intentions and lose your chance without even knowing it. Good. Because this is where most men get it completely wrong and lose her without ever realizing why. When an older woman pulls back, your instinct might tell you she's losing interest, that you did something wrong, that she's slipping away. But what if that distance isn't rejection at all? What if it's the most powerful form of flirting she has? Because unlike younger women who chase reassurance, an older woman tests emotional stability. She creates space not to disconnect, but to see if you panic, if you over-pursue, or if you stay grounded in your own presence. And this is the second sign. She becomes slightly unpredictable, not inconsistent in a careless way, but controlled unpredictability. One moment she's warm, engaged, almost magnetic, and the next, she's a little harder to read. Not cold, just not as available as before. This isn't a game, it's calibration. She's watching how you respond when she's not giving you constant attention. Do you lean in with quiet confidence? Or do you start chasing, overthinking, trying to win her back? Because to her, attraction isn't built in moments of closeness. It's revealed in moments of uncertainty. And then comes something even more subtle. Something most men completely overlook. She starts giving you selective validation. Not compliments in the obvious sense, but small, precise acknowledgments that feel almost earned. She might notice something specific about you, your mindset, your restraint, the way you handled a situation, and she'll point it out in a way that feels rare. And that's exactly the point. Older women don't give validation freely, because they know its value. So when she gives it to you, even in small doses, it's not random. It's intentional reinforcement. She's rewarding the version of you she respects, quietly guiding the dynamic without ever saying it out loud. But here's where it gets even deeper. Because just when you think you understand her rhythm, she does something that completely shifts the emotional energy between you. Something that feels bold, almost unexpected, and yet perfectly controlled. And if you don't recognize it for what it is, you might hesitate at the exact moment she wants you to step forward. Now, this is where the dynamic becomes electric, because this is the moment she stops observing and starts revealing just enough to pull you deeper in. An older woman doesn't flirt by being obvious. She flirts by being intentional with her vulnerability. And that's the third sign you can't afford to miss. She lets you see a glimpse of her real self, but never all at once. It might come out in a quiet confession, a story from her past, or a moment where her guard drops just enough for you to feel something shift. Suddenly, the confident, composed woman in front of you feels human, real, layered. And here's the part that most men misunderstand. This isn't weakness. This is controlled emotional exposure. She's not opening up because she needs you. She's opening up to see if you can handle depth, if you can hold space without trying to fix her, impress her, or turn it into something shallow. Because in her world, attraction isn't just about chemistry. It's about emotional safety wrapped in mystery. And if you respond with presence, with calm understanding, something powerful happens. She leans in. Not physically, not always, but energetically. Her attention sharpens. Her eye contact lingers just a second longer. Her tone softens in a way that feels almost exclusive, like you've just been invited into a space not everyone gets access to. But then, just when you start feeling that connection building, she introduces a different kind of tension. She challenges you, not aggressively, not to push you away, but to see where you stand. It might be a playful disagreement, a subtle tease, or a question that puts your confidence under a microscope. And in that moment, she's not testing your answers. She's testing your composure. Do you get defensive? Do you fold? Or do you stay centered, grounded, unshaken? Because to her, flirting isn't about making things easy. It's about discovering whether you're a man she can respect, not just desire. And here's the twist that changes everything. Because right when you think she's building connection and tension at the same time, she does something that feels almost contradictory. She gives you control, but only if you're ready to take it. And most men hesitate right there. And this is the moment where everything either comes together or quietly falls apart without a single word being said. Because when an older woman gives you control, it doesn't look like surrender. It looks like space. Space for you to lead the conversation, to make a decision, to move things forward without being pushed. And this is the fourth sign. She stops initiating and starts allowing. It's subtle, almost invisible if you're not paying attention. She's still present, still engaged. But now there's a shift. She's no longer guiding the interaction. She's watching to see if you will. Not because she wants to be chased, but because she wants to feel your direction. Because here's the truth most men never realize. Attraction for her isn't just about how you make her feel. It's about how you make her feel when she's no longer in control. And in that moment, everything you've shown so far gets tested at once. If you hesitate, if you wait for another sign, if you second-guess yourself, the energy slowly fades. Not dramatically, not emotionally, just quietly. She leans back, regains control, and the dynamic resets. But this time, without the same curiosity. But if you step into that space with calm certainty, not arrogance, not pressure, just grounded intention, something shifts. She relaxes. Not because she's giving up power, but because she's found someone who doesn't need to take it forcefully. And that's when her flirting becomes undeniable. Her presence softens, her energy opens, and the distance she once created disappears. Not because she's chasing you, but because she's choosing you. And that's the real secret you were never told. Older women don't flirt to get attention. They flirt to discover who you are under pressure, in silence, in uncertainty. And if you understand that, if you learn to read between the pauses, the distance, the quiet signals, you stop chasing attraction and start becoming the man it naturally follows. Because in the end, she was never hard to read. You just weren't seeing her clearly.